Hey everyone, welcome back to the next video in our series. Not too long ago, I shared a really impressive tech demo with you where you had the chance to walk around a highly detailed church and its expansive grounds. This entire environment was meticulously created by the talented Scans Factory Asset team, and it looked absolutely stunning in every way. It basically ate the powerful RTX 4090 for breakfast due to its sheer complexity. So I thought I would take some time today to show you even more of these incredible details. Another video, or rather a tech demo from them, which was again made by this same team, and it's titled Warehouse Abandoned Environment. Now, this asset that you see here is actually available for purchase in this form, and as far as I know, it's currently on sale, although of course that depends on when you're watching this video, but right now this asset pack is discounted. I haven't received any kind of promotion support or anything like that from them, so this video is absolutely unsponsored. However, I wanted to show you that currently, since they are very serious asset creators, I wanted to show you what kind of geometry and photoscan assets they can produce, assets that if you purchase, you can really use in your game or any kind of project, and it will work well, and the whole thing scales extremely well. What's very important is that here, almost everything is 99% non-night, and this project utilizes advanced lumen lighting, which includes dynamic lumen light effects and high-quality lumen reflections. Consequently, to run exactly what you will see here today, you do not necessarily need a high-end RTX graphics card. Even an older GTX or a standard AMD graphics card without any hardware ray tracing support will work perfectly fine. With these types of graphics cards, you can easily run this entire program, this impressive tech demo, and all of their high-resolution assets as well. You can run these asset packs within Unreal Engine in such a way that you can achieve some of the most perfect lighting and best reflections alongside it. And now I'm making a demo about this, which you can find linked below in the description. So feel free to download it and try it out. My FPS is displayed in the top right corner. It's not entirely representative because right now in this part I'm getting 44 to 45 FPS. However, since I'm recording this for you in 4K at 60 frames per second with a really high bitrate, the frames per second has obviously dropped, so I apologize for that. Still, I highly recommend that anyone watching this video, if you can, set it to 4K 60 frames per second and watch it that way, because that's how you'll really see the detail. I'll be controlling it with a controller, so I won't be jerking the camera around. Instead, we'll be looking around properly just as it should be done. Okay, the first and most important thing is that I don't know why it says this here, but it's set to borderless, which means it's using my monitor's native resolution, which in this case is 4K. The render quality is set to epic. I could go higher to ultra, but even without recording, on ultra it runs at about 18 to 20 frames per second, which isn't really playable or presentable, so I'm leaving it on epic. But believe me, it still looks absolutely amazing. The other thing is, the important thing I wanted to mention is that what you see here is native 4K, so the FPS I'm seeing here is at native 4K epic settings with these visuals, lighting, and reflections. Of course, if you add something like DLSS or FSR, or even something like fluid motion frames or frame generation, then obviously you'll get much better values. This is a pure tech demo. It's nothing else but a presentation of the current resolutions, textures, geometry, nanite, and lumen lighting and reflections. Okay, so let's start the demo. All right, so here we are. Yes, this is where I had 44 to 45 frames per second earlier, so you can easily add quite a few more frames on top of that, but this isn't really the kind of map or visuals where you'd be playing an FPS game to look competitive. So as you can see, it's absolutely incredible. The map looks really brutal visually. There's no night scenario here, which means that this map is only built in this form, relatively speaking. So we can't switch to see what it would look like at night. In the previous video, you could switch to see what it looked like with nighttime lighting, but here there's only daytime lighting. But I think this is pretty convincing. So I think it's really brutal. This is Scans, like Scans Factory, and actually I have some assets from them, so I use quite a lot of their assets in my own game as well. But you have to place them smartly so that the game runs smoothly for everyone. Because as you can see, it's not normal to have, say, only 45 FPS on an RTX 4090 without even recording. That's not exactly healthy. So on a 4090, that's why I'm saying that you can obviously set it up so that it runs at a normal FPS, even on weaker cards, much more popular cards, the ones you see on Steam. And you can see from the Steam chart what people are playing with. So an RTX 3060, 3060 Ti, these are the cards most people have. You can set it up so that it runs normally on those as well. And I'm asking whether it's normal on those too. It works exactly as it should. This is really about putting everything into one single place, into one cohesive scene, so they can effectively showcase what their entire asset pack is truly capable of, with high quality lighting, realistic illumination, and sharp reflections, with everything done exceptionally well, what it can do, what you can actually get out of it, and it is just absolutely incredible. I mean, the sheer level of detail here is honestly pretty serious and impressive. Obviously, a lot of you have asked about this, even when it came up in relation to my game or any other game, that these technical demos are great, but when are we actually going to see real games that look exactly like this? Well, the thing is, it's really hard to say simply because um, if these things are placed well, a lot of them are obviously static. So if they were dynamic, it would eat up even more resources, even more than this. Yes, it certainly does have that potential. However, exactly when this technology will become even more widespread is extremely difficult to predict with any certainty. I personally believe that within just a few years, in a much simpler FPS game, one that is, let's say, more closed and relatively linear in design, you could already begin to use these things effectively with the help of good DLSS and advanced frame generation. Or even on the AMD side, you could effectively address the issue with fluid motion frames, or perhaps implement it in a way that makes it entirely smooth and properly playable. It is really incredible when you stop to think about it. I mean, it is just absolutely amazing. This sophisticated level of graphical fidelity and implementation is really intense. It is truly worth noting how impressive it is, and I suppose this is also a perfect example of what a high quality implementation looks like. I'm going to show it to you and I'll say it again. The link for this will be right in the description, so if you want to download it, if you want to put your computer to the test at home, you can go ahead and do it. I'll put their official download link there, so it won't be just some random link from somewhere, but actually theirs. Okay, so let's move on a bit here. We just did a lap, but what happens if we go down? Obviously, there's no fall damage, so actually we can just go around here. You can look around here without any fall damage, so if we fall, we won't die. Take a look at the reflections here. They're almost perfect. Of course, as I said, it's not ray tracing, so it's obviously not at that level, but it's much more advanced than screen space reflection, so it's way more serious than that. That's pretty convincing, isn't it? And the crazy thing, guys, is that this asset pack at full price, which sounds like a lot, I really don't want to say something wrong, but I think it's usually about 50 to 60,000 forints at the full price, somewhere around 60,000. But right now you can get this asset pack for only about 30,000 forints. So I think that's a pretty good price at the moment. I'm just saying this as a suggestion. Obviously, it's totally up to you whether you decide to buy it or not. This isn't just aimed at the general audience watching, but especially for those of you who are channel members. And also for those who are currently with us over on Discord, who often ask which specific asset packs are truly worth using. This video is definitely for them too, and I am telling them as well that this is now available at a really good, affordable price. There are some incredibly high quality assets on sale right now on the Unreal Engine Epic Marketplace. But honestly, this lighting, the shading, and the whole thing together is practically perfect in every way. Yes, so even the chain, so apparently the chains are dynamic, meaning they have dynamic swinging, and there's a detailed tutorial about that on my channel. Oh, by the way, guys, if anyone here wants to learn Unreal Engine, there are many helpful tutorials available right here on my channel. I'm There are already more than 74 or 75 different tutorials available on my channel covering all sorts of interesting topics, including this specific one right here. When it comes to optimization, building your own game or project, or absolutely anything else, if you're interested, you can access all of this exclusive content through channel membership. Oh, I'm just saying, just letting you know, it's truly incredible. The lighting, the shading, the way they play with all of these elements, and the level design is also really, really good. It's just completely insane. Honestly, it is really quite insane. The funny thing is, I just kind of checked it out initially to see what it was like, and I was honestly searching for my jaw on the floor for quite a while. Then I thought to myself, okay, so that I can still be surprised by a few more things, I decided to make a full video about it and check out some specific places I hadn't seen yet. It's really incredibly intense. The wrap model is exceptionally well done, by the way, and the way it moves is impressive. So it's actually attached to a spline, and it has got a straightforward, effective animation. It is a simple animation. By the way, there is a video about that on my channel too, a tutorial. It is really crazy, and the sounds are also very good. I do not know how well you can hear the sounds, probably not this well, but these asset packs also come with the sounds. So it is not just the visuals. You do not just get the geometry or the static meshes or even the dynamic ones that were moving there. For example, that one, that impressive steam engine or whatever specific kind of powerful machine that was running there, not just the static ones or those simple meshes, but these tech demos also include the immersive sounds as well. At least a good majority of them do, especially Esperol. It is absolutely insane. This is truly incredible. I'm also saying that I am deliberately controlling and moving the camera in such a precise way that every single part really stands out to the viewer. I want to make sure that as much of this as I possibly can is visible so I can show you as accurately as I can what this actually looks like in person. Obviously, the video itself is not going to be very long at all, so it's important to note that I won't drag it out for too long. The reason for that is, of course, if you want, you can try it out for yourselves, but even so, this is incredibly and remarkably convincing. At the end of the day, it's really intense, just really intense. And obviously, if you decide to use this comprehensive asset pack, then in addition to the important fact that all the high quality sounds are included, so that is a major part of the asset pack, right? So the sounds are fully included, as well as the dynamic meshes and the static meshes, of course. All of these are provided for you. Besides the impressive fact that it utilizes nanite and lumen lighting technology, this entire detailed map that you are seeing right now is also included in the package. This specific level is located right inside the pack, as there is a pre-built map in which this exact level is already included for you. If you want to take another look at the whole thing just to see how it actually runs on your own machine, directly within the editor in that form, you can certainly do that as well. You should also know that this map is fully included in the price of the whole package, providing you with everything you need. Well, just look at it seriously. I mean, just take a moment to look at this screen. What is this resolution? It is absolutely mind-blowing. I just found some random rocks on the ground here, and even they look perfect. I mean, it is just insane. This is really, truly insane. It's really insane to see this level of detail. Absolutely insane. It looks incredible. I'm telling you, this is running on the full epic settings now. Everything is cranked up to ultra, and the performance is just stunning. I honestly think my computer would crash. So, if anything, this is another asset pack, or rather a high-end tech demo that really destroys your video card, quite literally. And obviously, you have to look at it this way, because a lot of you commented in the previous video as well, saying it is really worth buying a powerful video card like this one, but that is not the main point here. The real point is to showcase and to properly present the capabilities of current technology, which in this specific form or something very close to it can be successfully implemented in a modern game. Obviously, with slightly lower resolution shadows and perhaps fewer reflective surfaces, it will look somewhat like this. And if you additionally incorporate DLSS and FSR technologies, the game will run properly and smoothly. Nowadays, a significant number of high-end games are actually built entirely around the use of upscaling techniques to maintain performance. Modern upscaling technologies, specifically deep learning supersampling, in other words, NVIDIA's DLSS, Intel's XeSS upscaling, and AMD's Fidelity FX super resolution, a lot of modern games are being built specifically around these tools. Because if the advanced technology already exists, why not make full use of it? And honestly, that is absolutely true. That is exactly why I am saying that with just a little bit of extra tweaking, such as turning down the heavy shadows and the light bounce by adjusting the lighting settings in Lumen and lowering it so that even fewer places and lower resolutions are needed for the computer to present this on the screen, which saves a significant amount of system resources. You can set this up quite well so it runs smoothly. Right now, absolutely everything is currently maxed out just to show you what is possible. So guys, that is pretty much it for this short video, and I don't even want to keep you. I don't want to drag this out any longer than necessary. So I'll say it once again. The link to this playable demo is available right down in the description below, so feel free to download it and try it out for yourself. Okay. And if you want to learn more about the RL engine, you can click on these videos up here to access my very first RL engine tutorial video. The rest of the series, another 74 to 75 videos, are available through channel membership. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe. That's really important and I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best. See you.